Welcome back, everyone. To begin our reflection today, I want you to close your eyes for just a moment and imagine the space immediately to your right or left. To our human eyes, it seems empty. It is just air, just space. But what if the veil were lifted? What if, for just a fleeting second, you could see with the eyes of a mystic? What would you see standing there? Would you see a warrior ready for battle? Would you see a radiant friend waiting for a conversation? Or, perhaps most heartbreaking of all, would you see a magnificent being of light, possessing the power to move mountains, simply weeping because you have forgotten he is there? Today, we are journeying into the hidden world of Padre Pio, the saint of Pietrelcina, who did not need to imagine these things because he saw them. He lived in constant contact with the supernatural, and among his most frequent companions were the guardian angels. But his relationship with them revealed a startling and somewhat tragic truth. We often think of angels as distant, passive observers, or perhaps as cute, chubby cherubs on a greeting card. But Padre Pio saw something very different. He saw powerful spirits who were often frustrated, ignored, and even brought to a state of sorrow by the very souls they were sent to protect. We are going to explore a side of the spiritual life that is rarely talked about, the grief of the guardian angels. We will look at the true story of a terrible car accident where a simple prayer to an angel changed the laws of physics, and we will uncover Padre Pio's urgent plea to us to stop ignoring the best friend we will ever have. To understand why an angel would weep, we first have to understand how Padre Pio viewed the world. For most of us, there is a sharp line between the physical world and the spiritual world. We wake up, we go to work, we eat, we sleep, and occasionally, perhaps on Sundays or in moments of crisis, we turn our minds to the spiritual. For Padre Pio, there was no such division. The visible and the invisible were woven together in a seamless tapestry. He spoke to angels as easily as he spoke to the friars in his monastery. He once said, "If the mission of our guardian angel is a great one, my own is no less great, since I must also act as a teacher and guide to him." This seems like a strange thing to say, a human guiding an angel? But what he meant was that the relationship is reciprocal. It is a partnership. However, this partnership is often one-sided. Padre Pio was often granted visions of the state of human souls, and in these visions, he observed the conduct of the guardian angels assigned to them. What he saw distressed him deeply. He described seeing angels who were essentially unemployed by their charges. He saw angels standing idly by, not because they didn't want to help, but because the human person had closed their heart to the angelic presence. Imagine for a moment that you are a bodyguard with the strength of an army. You are assigned to protect a person who is walking through a dangerous battlefield. You have the shield, the sword, and the map to safety. But the person you are protecting refuses to look at you, refuses to speak to you, and refuses to ask for your help. They walk blindly into traps. They get injured, and they suffer, all while you stand right next to them, fully equipped to save them, but bound by the law of their free will. They must invite you in. They must consent to be helped. This is the sorrow of the guardian angel. Padre Pio taught that God respects our free will so immensely that even his holy angels, who burn with a desire to help us reach heaven, cannot force their assistance upon us. They need our permission. They need our prayer. When we go days, weeks, or even years without acknowledging our angel, we are essentially tying their hands. We are leaving a powerful weapon sheathed while we fight our battles alone and unarmed. There is a profound story from the life of one of Padre Pio's spiritual daughters that illustrates exactly what happens when we finally break that silence and call upon our angel. It is a story of a car accident, a story that defies the laws of nature, and it stands as a testament to the power that is waiting for us if we only ask. The story involves a woman who was a devoted spiritual child of Padre Pio. She had heard him speak many times about the utility of the guardian angel, Padre Pio was known to tell his spiritual children, "When you cannot come to me, send your guardian angel." He treated the angels like a celestial postal service, a direct line of communication that bypassed the limitations of time and space. This woman had taken this advice to heart, though perhaps she didn't realize just how literal it was until she faced a moment of life and death. One day, this woman was traveling in a car with her family. They were driving a long distance, and the road was treacherous. In those days, cars were not equipped with the safety features we have now, and the roads could be unforgiving. As they were driving, something went wrong. Perhaps it was a mechanical failure, or perhaps a patch of slick road, but the driver lost control. The car careened off the road. It was a violent, chaotic moment. In that split second where time seems to slow down just before impact, the woman realized they were going to crash. She realized that death was a very real possibility. In that terrifying moment, she didn't scream. She didn't freeze. Instead, her mind snapped to the instruction of her spiritual father. She cried out internally, with all the force of her soul, "My guardian angel, go tell Padre Pio to help us." It was a desperate, lightning-fast prayer. It wasn't a formal recitation. It was a distress signal sent through the spiritual wire. The car flipped. It rolled over and was completely wrecked. The violence of the crash was such that the vehicle was mangled, a twisted heap of metal. By all accounts, looking at the wreckage, one would assume that the passengers inside were gravely injured or worse. But then, silence settled over the scene. The woman checked herself. She was shaken, but alive. She checked her family members. Miraculously, they were all alive. They were pulled from the wreckage, battered and bruised, but they had survived an impact that should have been fatal. Sometime later, this woman traveled to San Giovanni Rotondo to see Padre Pio. She was filled with gratitude, but also with a burning curiosity. Had her prayer worked? Had the message been received? She waited in line for confession, or perhaps she met him in the corridor of the friary. The accounts vary on the location, but the interaction is always described the same way. When she finally stood before the friar, before she could even get the full story out, Padre Pio looked at her with his intense, dark eyes. He smiled a knowing smile and said, "You were in quite a hurry, weren't you?" The woman was stunned. She asked him, "Father, did you hear me? Did my angel come to you?" Padre Pio's expression turned serious, but his eyes were full of warmth. He replied, "Do you think I am deaf? You shouted so loudly in my ear that you almost deafened me." Let's pause and unpack what happened here. This isn't just a story about a car crash. It is a theological revelation. The woman was miles away from Padre Pio. She spoke with her internal voice, the voice of her spirit. She directed that voice to her guardian angel. According to Padre Pio's testimony, the angel didn't just receive the message. The angel acted as an instantaneous conduit. The angel traveled, if we can use that word for spiritual beings, to Padre Pio, conveyed the urgency of the situation, and Padre Pio, through the grace of God, was able to intervene through bilocation or intense intercessory prayer at that exact second. The angel was the link. Without the request to the angel, the connection might not have been made. The angel was waiting for the command. As soon as the woman said, "Go to Padre Pio," the angel, who loves her and desires her safety, sprang into action with the speed of thought. This story proves that the angels are not passive. They are not just watching us like an audience watching a play. They are actors in the drama of our lives, but they are actors who respect the scriptwriter. And in the case of our free will, we are the ones writing the lines. Padre Pio often expressed frustration when people failed to use this incredible gift. There is another famous incident involving a man named Cecil. Cecil was an English spiritual child of Padre Pio. One night, Cecil was involved in a car accident as well, though a minor one compared to the previous story. He was injured, and a friend of his was taken to the hospital. The next day, Cecil received a telegram from Padre Pio. The telegram assured him of prayers for his recovery. Cecil was touched, but when he later went to San Giovanni Rotondo to thank Padre Pio, he received a scolding instead of a warm embrace. Padre Pio looked at him sternly and asked, "Why didn't you send your guardian angel to me?" Cecil, perhaps a bit confused, admitted that it hadn't occurred to him. He hadn't thought to pray to his angel in the moment of the accident. Padre Pio sighed. He said, "The angels are always ready. They are always listening, but you act as if you are alone. You have a brother who is closer to you than any human friend, and yet you ignore him." This is where the concept of the weeping angel comes into focus. It is a metaphorical weeping, representing a deep spiritual sorrow. Imagine the angel standing by Cecil during that accident. The angel sees the danger. The angel wants to comfort him, wants to carry a message to his spiritual father, wants to facilitate healing. But Cecil is locked in his own head, perhaps panicking, perhaps relying only on his own strength. The angel stands there, full of power and grace, essentially handcuffed by Cecil's lack of faith. Padre Pio saw this dynamic constantly. He saw that we humans often live with a spiritual orphan mentality. We act as if we have to figure everything out by ourselves. We carry the weight of our worries, our fears, our financial troubles, our health issues, and our family conflicts entirely on our own shoulders. We buckle under the weight. We fall into anxiety and depression. And all the while, standing right next to us, is a Prince of Heaven appointed by God Himself to help us carry that load. How much He loves us, Padre Pio would exclaim with tears in his eyes when speaking of the guardian angel, and how little we love him in return. The relationship Padre Pio had with his own angel offers us a blueprint for how we should treat ours. He didn't treat his angel with stiff, formal piety. He treated him with familiarity, sometimes even with humor and playful annoyance. There are letters Padre Pio wrote to his spiritual directors where he complains about his angel. On occasions when Padre Pio was being assaulted by demonic forces, attacks that were often physical and brutal, he would call out to his angel for help. Sometimes the angel would not intervene, likely because God was permitting the suffering for a greater spiritual good or purification. After the attack was over, the angel would appear to comfort him. Padre Pio, like a frustrated brother, would sometimes give the angel the cold shoulder. He would say, "Where were you? I called you and you didn't come." The angel in these accounts would smile and explain, "I was right there. I was watching over you. Jesus wished for you to suffer this for His glory, but I never left your side." Padre Pio would then forgive his angel, and they would resume their conversation. This intimacy is what is missing from our lives. We are too polite with heaven. We are too distant. Padre Pio teaches us that we can be real with our angels. We can complain to them. We can cry to them. We can ask them specifically to handle difficult tasks. One of the most practical ways Padre Pio used his angel, and instructed us to use ours, is for difficult conversations or encounters. He advised people, when you have to speak to someone who is difficult, or you are afraid of a confrontation, send your guardian angel to their guardian angel beforehand. Ask your angel to go and prepare the way. This sounds almost like magic, but it is deeply theological. It is the communion of saints in action. If you have a difficult boss, or a family member you are estranged from, Padre Pio suggests that before you meet them, you pray, "My angel, go to the angel of this person. Soften their heart. Let us understand each other. Smooth the path for peace." Padre Pio insisted that this works. He believed that on the spiritual plane, the angels can communicate and influence the disposition of the souls they guard, making them more open to truth and charity. How many arguments could be avoided? How many relationships healed if we engaged the diplomatic corps of heaven before we opened our mouths? But let us return to the image of the weeping angel. Why do they weep? They weep because they see the destiny of the soul. They see the glory that awaits us if we follow God, and they see the darkness that awaits us if we reject Him. Padre Pio saw that the angels are not indifferent to our salvation. When we sin, when we willfully turn away from God, our angel does not leave us. They cannot leave us. They are bound to us by divine decree until the moment of our death. But they suffer. They enter into a state of spiritual mourning. Imagine a friend who watches you drink poison, begging you to stop. but you cannot hear them because you have plugged your ears. That is the position of the angel when we choose sin, or when we choose to live as if God does not exist. Padre Pio once said, "The angel is the only one who never abandons you. Your family might die or leave you. Your friends might betray you. But your angel will stand by your grave even when your body has turned to dust, waiting for the resurrection." This loyalty deserves our attention. It deserves our gratitude. So, how do we stop making our angels weep? How do we dry their tears and turn them into the powerful warriors they are meant to be in our lives? Padre Pio gives us simple, actionable advice. First, acknowledge them. It sounds simple, but we must build the habit. When you wake up in the morning, say, "Good morning" to your angel. Acknowledge that you are not entering the day alone. Second, talk to them throughout the day. Padre Pio said, "Invoke your guardian angel that he will illuminate you and will guide you. God has given him to you for this reason. Therefore, use him. When you can't find your keys, ask your angel. When you are stuck in traffic and losing your patience, ask your angel for calm. When you are about to make a big decision, ask your angel for clarity." Third, and this is crucial, thank them. We often treat the spiritual world as a vending machine. We put in a prayer and expect a miracle, but we forget the relationship. Your angel has saved you from countless dangers you never even saw. That time you tripped but didn't break a bone? That time you were delayed by a minute and missed a collision? That sudden thought that told you to check the stove before you left the house? Padre Pio would say these are the whispers of the angel. We should thank them. Thank you, my angel, for protecting me even when I didn't know I was in danger. And finally, we must respect their presence by living a life of holiness. Padre Pio reminded his spiritual children that we are never truly alone. We often do things in secret that we would never do if a respected person was in the room. We might watch things we shouldn't, speak words we shouldn't, or harbor thoughts we shouldn't. Padre Pio reminds us there is always one who sees, and there is always one standing beside you. If we truly believed that a holy, radiant Prince of Heaven was standing 2 feet away from us at all times, would it change how we behave? Would it change what we watch on television? Would it change how we speak to our families? It should, and that respect brings joy to the angel. When we strive for virtue, our angel rejoices. When we pray, our angel takes those prayers and, like a golden censer, offers them up to the throne of God. There is a beautiful tradition that Padre Pio loved, which is the Angel of God prayer. It is a prayer many of us learn as children and then forget as adults. Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here, ever this day be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen. Padre Pio recited this constantly. He lived it. He let his angel rule and guide him. We must remember the story of the car accident. The woman was helpless. The laws of physics were against her. Death was rushing toward her, but she had a connection. She had a friend, and that friend, seemingly invisible and silent, had the power to pierce through the veil and bring a miracle down to earth. You have that same friend. Right now, as you listen to this, your guardian angel is there. Perhaps he has been waiting a long time for you to notice him. Perhaps he has been weeping over the distance between you. But you can change that right now. You don't need a complex ritual. You don't need to be a mystic like Padre Pio. You just need to turn the eyes of your heart to the space beside you and say, I know you are there. I love you. Help me. Don't let your angel remain unemployed. Don't let them stand by with their sword sheathed while you fight the battles of life alone. Unbind their hands with your prayers. Padre Pio's life was a testament to the supernatural breaking into the natural. He showed us that the wall between heaven and earth is paper thin, and the guardian angel is the one standing at the door, holding it open for us. Let us resolve today, inspired by the holy friar of Pietrelcina, to never make our angels weep again. Let us instead give them cause to rejoice. Let us treat them as the brothers, the protectors, and the friends that God intended them to be. Because in the end, when we take our final breath and our eyes close to this world, the first face we will likely see, before we even see the face of God, will be the face of our guardian angel. And on that day, you will want to recognize him as a friend you spoke to every day, not as a stranger you ignored for a lifetime. Thank you for joining us in this reflection. If this touched your heart, take a moment right now to say a quick prayer to your angel. May they guide you, protect you, and lead you always closer to the light. God bless you.